Happy birthday, Sunny. Happy birthday. Okay. Hi, JJ. Hi. Ooh, present. Ooh, present. Ooh, present. Don't disappear. Okay, I got it. Okay. 1 out of 10. What do you rate the fit? 1 out of 10. What, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's the fit? Maybe later. I have so much to do. I haven't played at all today. I have to harvest my wheat. My wheat. Gigi. Gigi. That's big wheat. Big, big, big. Let's plant potato. Wait, what do I not have much of? More tomatoes would be good. They grow really fast. I could probably go through all of these by the end of stream. How is everybody? How are you guys? No. I want to check the shop. I have to talk to Massimo. Oh, don't forget to feed the animals. Well, that happened. Beetos! It's Beetos! Well, I don't remember these red things being here. What the? Hey, invisible wall! My enemy. My worst enemy. Been running around nude in Heartopia. Are you trying to get the blue skin? Oh, that's a cute puppy. Oh, that's a cute puppy. This one's kind of floating. Yeah, that one's floating. No. Oh, cutting board. I already bought everything from this. Been running around in the towel. Oh, why? But why? Ooh, cute overalls. Ooh, those are cute. Ooh, black ones. Jimashi the cowboy hat. Oh, these kind of match my hair. Ooh. I like these. Do I really want to use my stars though? What? Do you want food? Yeah? Yeah? You want food? Hold on, I gotta feed Gigi. Hold on. Okay. Mashi cutie. Sunny cutie. I don't know if I want to spend the stars on that. There's nothing really that I'm crazy about. Oh, the top to that one outfit. Okay, I do want to spend stars on this. I do. I have 120. I could buy both the blue and the green. Oh my god, this reminds me of Tom Nook. This is so Tom Nook coded. Oh, that is really cute. Oh, that's cute. Ooh, head pat. I'm buying all of them. This is just this one, but extra stuff on it. I bought so much stuff. I like the dark brown one. No. Ooh, cute. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta. I gotta buy that. Look how cute that is. Okay, I'm done buying things. I am done buying things before I go broke. Present. Money? No. I don't want to go broke. I still have ingredients to buy. I have a lot of new stuff though. And I have strawberries now, and strawberry jam sells for a good amount. Where's my dress up? There it is. No. I have... I thought I had more... Guys, I'm collecting over here. I'm a collector. I got this recently. Okay. Go talk to Massimo. And then I gotta go see the otters, I think. This week went by so quick because I didn't have to work on Monday. Next week is gonna go by so slow. No, I give him these. I have so many of these. Give me these. Give me this. Give me these. Oh, I'm broke. Okay, I gotta go cook stuff. Oh, that's cute. Morgan. Morgan, little snow cap. Little Morgan. Oh, I'm broke with these two. Okay, it's time to make money. Arctic! Hi! Hello, hello! This is plot 6. Is the music loud? It feels loud in my ears. I'm making a new house again? Oh my goodness. It's a little loud. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that better? Yeah, only when it gets super scary. I'm listening to the Grist soundtrack. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, for a moment though, I entered a haunted house. A haunted house? Ooh. Hi, Joker. How are you? Schneider. Look at that. Oh, I got the swimming otter. Oh, cute. Love me. Yay. Yay. Cute. Oh, what happened? I'm in the fish. I'm in the fish. I don't know how I got here. Ooh, present. Perform a move while ice skating. How is the lovely New Orleans girl? Huh? What? Oh, someone just went into my bathroom. Yay! Here. This gives 56 energy. Give. Give! Give! There you go. Thank you! I meant to do this. I never know if they're sending me a friend request or if they're leaving. Okay. Time to put the strawberry jam on, baby. Drink water. Luckily for you, I have water right here beside me. Thank you for the head pat. I used all my jam, or my strawberries. Oh look, I already leveled up my cooking again? Holy! I swear I just leveled up my cooking like a day ago. Damn, I'm on a roll. Let's see. I'd like to level up my hobby, but leveling up your sculpting hobby takes stars, I think. Yeah, I be grinding. Not hard enough because Okay, what am I doing? I want to look at what I unlocked. Level 7 cooking, level 6 gardening, level 7 fishing. Bird watching is my least favorite, as you can see. Cat, I just got a cat, so I haven't really leveled up my cat caring that much. I need to collect mushrooms, I think. She cooking. Oh Lord, she cooking. Fish bagel. Oh look, I leveled up my fish and chips. Ooh, I leveled up my jam. Hell yeah. Bagel. Fish bagel. Ooh, I can make tomato sauce. Didn't you get Fallout 4 recently? I did not. Pumpkin got it, I think. I don't remember which one she's got. Also, hello, Shade. Instead of taking pictures of birds, they should let us capture and cook them. Oh no. That's dark. Ratatouille. Tiramisu. It's still $5. I see. I just don't know when I'll play it. Oh, that was close. Oh my god, I cannot believe I would have took that off too early. It stressed me out. This game cooking stresses me out. Three stars. Tastier than the previous tiramisu. Tastier than the previous tiramisu. I can only cook 2 of these at a time. They take a lot of attention. I'll show you guys the house I'm working on. You gotta tell me what you think of it. Ah. Okay. I also don't think I'm gonna be playing Star Sand Island until full release in summer. Only because I want to play it with Shizzle or someone who actually wants to play it. And multiplayer won't be available in the early access phase of it. Ha! Which is kind of disappointing, but we'll see if I change my mind. Trying to convince my friend to get it. They should get it. There's so much you can do. You can fight things. You can decorate a yacht. You could decorate your little farm plot. Crimson Vixen, thank you for the follow. Hi, Happy. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. I hope you're well. Enjoy your marshmallow.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Two at a time, I'm cooking. I'm cooking truffle pasta. Hey, yo, how's it going? Good! I'm totally normal. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm grinding for that money right now. Cause I bought so much new clothes, way more than I should have. Oh, I need more truffles. Hi, going around dropping follows to Loftia partners. Thank you, saw you in the Loftia program. Hi! Hi. I'm so excited to be part of the program. Thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you so much. I'm happy to see people are so sweet. And I'll follow you guys. Let me give you a follow. Cute. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's such a sweet community. I can't wait to play. Yeah, I'm a Loftia partner, Happy. I got into the partner program. Oh no, I've been found. Another one enters the chat for easy follow access. Thank you guys for popping in. I'm excited to play. I can't wait to meet everyone. Yeah. How do you call two ducks that exist but shouldn't? A paradox. Oh, paradox. What the? You got me. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's my first official partner program on my end. I've been giving a few free games from devs, but this is the first like partnership thing. Exciting. I'm very excited. This is also my first partnership. Go play Fallout 4 again then. Yeah, this is my very first partner program. I did not honestly think I was gonna get in because I don't have a huge following. But I'm happy that I did. I've been replaying Fallout 4 recently. Now I need to go back. Did you guys watch the Fallout show? The Fallout show was so good. Okay. Grilled penny bun. Heck yeah. I played it on console and it wasn't as good still, so on PC should be way better. I played some of Fallout 4. Like I think I got through character creation and then I did one mission and I never touched that game again for some reason. I've been back streaming for I think 9 months now, and I've been super lucky having that first breakthrough of growth. Yeah. Oh my God, Mashi. I'm sorry. Your YouTuber is so cute. The tail waggles are adorable. Thank you. This is a customizable model. Let me get the link. I need to just make a command for this model. This is a customizable model by Isa23 on VGen. I will link it there for anyone who is wanting to buy it. There's a lot of options to customize it. Oh, I'm cooking like a dog. Wait, I am a dog. No, please. Thank you, Taryn. I'm saving up for my 2.0, technically 3.0 model. My girlfriend surprised me with my current one. Ooh! I have to go check it out. 3.0. Ooh, I've had so many models. This isn't even my like official design. But it's like as close as I could get to my design. I played through 90% of Fallout 4. I just didn't finish it. Lol, I think I had like 50 power cores or something at the end of the game because I never used them. What are those for? Why did you have so many? And why did you never use them? For power armor? Oh. Power cores for power armor. Mine's of my official, like, mascot species I made called boys. They're my absolute pride and joy. Cute. That's cute. Didn't watch the show. Didn't you watch the show, Mashi? I did. Did they mention the power cores for the suit? Oh, there's Morgan. Hi, Morgan. Hi, Morgan. Morgan. Oh, I remember. He was trapped in it. Yeah. I'm like playing with my cat and training my cat at the same time. I'm so slow. Scratch ear. No, yeah, I remember. I liked the finale, Taryn. But I know it. Oh, I remember. I know what you mean about. What the fuck? So many questions. I still have so many questions. Yeah, but it wasn't disappointing. No, I'm happy with the ending. I have to reload. Yeah. Oh my god. I have to reload. I love Thaddeus. Is that a fox? Why are you all the way over here, buddy? Oh, you're hungry. The roach isn't. I'm so glad that one girl didn't die. I'm so glad. I was very sad if she would have died because she was the only one who was like backing up Norm. It will be very. Like, I'm curious if they'll all be separate and we'll see like the ghoul on his journey with Dogmeat and then Lucy and Norm will be on like their own thing. Or if they'll all reunite again. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Converge. Yeah, converge. I hope Lucy sees her brother. Oh, cute. Oh, I was gonna show you guys my house that I'm working on. View. No, edit. Solo. Oh, I guess that roach farm wasn't that bad. Okay, so this is my house. That is currently a work in progress. This is the front. I got a little greenery here. And then this is the bathroom area. I still have to add things, add furniture. This is the kitchen. This is the outside area where I do my work. This over here is it's my favorite spot. Look, I have pictures of me and Pumpkin and my little sofa. my cat bed or dog bed and go upstairs, and this is my room. This is my writing desk, and then I overlook the living room. I want to add more. Chisel said I should do a half wall right here, and I think I should. I think he's right about that. Not a half wall, a low wall. And maybe I should add another one of these. Yeah. I think that's cute. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. I was gonna add some furniture over here. I wanted to add this. This room is so tiny. Oh my god. Maybe I'll just add things to the wall. Where's my bathroom stuff? Toilet. Where's like the hanging things? Not kitchenware. Ooh, I got a cutting board. Let's put that there. Yeah. And then I wanted to put where is my other thing? Oh, here's my cart. But there was a corner thing I had for the wall. I don't know where it is. Corner, corner. Oh, I haven't found today's egg. Does anyone know where the egg is today? Wall decor, this one. You could try looking for today's chicken. I don't know where today's chicken is. Cute. Cute. Can I put that like... No, I can't. Dang it. Oh, that's cute. I want the penguin rug, but I have to daigou it. And that's my house. That's my temporary. I want to put it down, but I'm still growing stuff. Let's save that. I think I've unlocked more plots. I'll probably also go into more detailed placements like this. Yeah, I have 9 plots so far. After I cook my food, I could probably buy another, but I don't think I'm gonna for now. I'm fine with the space that I have. Oops. Let's cook some or grow some radishes. Arctic, have you found the egg for today? Why is it not showing? Why is it not showing? How long do potatoes take? 60 minutes? I can grow the rest of these actually. Okay. Grow the rest of those, and then I'm gonna go look for the egg. Oh, train dog. Hold on, I have to do this quest. I thought it was train any animal, but it's my dog. Blorfus, I have to train you to be a good boy and not chew on my furniture. Pet not ready. Give paw. Good boy or girl. Good girl. No. Good. Wait, what? You gave me your paw. Why are you confused? No. Okay. Ah. Tomorrow I can upgrade. And I'll get my light. Wait, I have a light. But I'll get a new light. I can make more tomato sauce now. What am I... This one has to be around Vanya, right? I found this one already. This was yesterday's. This was yesterday's egg. Maybe Vanya. Let's see. No. Nothing near Vanya. What about near the top of the slide area? I don't see. Could it be over here? No. Could it be up here? No. No. Could it be over here? Perhaps. She's not even American. She's Canadian. Oh, I thought I saw it. It was just a stool. That's not it. What color am I looking for? Blue? We're looking for blue. Blue, 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 blue. I don't know. Oh, where could it be? Oh, where has it gone? I feel like it wouldn't be this far away. Maybe I am incorrect. Could it be here? No. What do you think? Should I give up and look it up? Or should I keep trying? Because I am thinking about giving up and looking it up. father? Where is the egg father? There's like no people here today. The server's full. Everyone's just doing other things, I guess. Buy Vanya once more. Maybe it blends into the thing because it's blue. No, it does not. Vanya, give me a hint. I'm getting kind of hungry. I didn't eat when I got home because I had a big lunch. A lunch bigger than I should have had, probably. I was hungry today. I don't know why. I feel like they wouldn't put it in the concert area because the concert area is not always open. So I feel like it wouldn't be fair to the people who never are able to go in there because their schedule. Their schedule. Ah! Ah! I see it! I see the boy! No, let me see you. Azure. Azure. Hold on, let me match. Let me match today's theme. Azure. Azure. That's purple. I haven't found a single egg. I've just been ignoring it. I'll get around to it eventually. Don't ignore it. You get cute little egg furniture. Still over 30 days. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I suppose. New banner. New banner. Unless then, not less than 24 hours. Less than 3 days, I guess. Less than 2 days. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I hope we get free polls. That would be so awesome. What can I make? I don't want to use all my milk on tiramisu. Maybe I can make seafood pizza. Seafood pizza. Yeah. Seafood pizza. This one. I think it only takes one. Or maybe it's two. Okay, I could at least do 3 at a time. I was drinking water. I have no fish. Oh, I got sugar. Still no violet sugar though. She cooking. Oh gosh, she cooking. You have to take this very seriously. Ooh, 4-star. Nice. It's raw, Mashy. No, it's not. It's not raw. I promise. You know what I've been craving, guys? I've been craving a taco salad, but instead of like a regular shell tortilla, regular taco shells crunched up, I want Doritos. I want nacho cheese Doritos. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That sounds so yummy. I'm a menace. Okay. Shiitake, 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 shiitake. Grilled shiitake. I saw a TikTok of this girl who had like 800 mushrooms, and their friend was helping them cook, and they they got the rocket achievement. It's the one. How do I look at the achievements? Oh, the badges. How do I look at them though? Is it collection? Other collections? No. Is it achievements? Okay. So they got Ice Elf. Figure skating dream reaches Ice Elf. Discover the favorite foods of... Oh, we're about to get this. There's gonna be pandas. Stardust collector. I almost have this one. I'll get it Saturday probably. 23 out of... Wait, I'm only 23? No, I'm 24. Why does it say I'm only 23? That's weird. Pumpkin carving hobby? There's a pumpkin carving hobby. Oh my god, I have to show pumpkin. Pumpkin carving. Oh. Pumpkin carving. There you go. Okay. Oh, I got this one already. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Oh, I should display that so people can see that I have no life. What else? I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever. I haven't been streaming. Last I streamed was Sunday. That feels like forever ago. The fox is watching me cook. Look at him. You disgust me, filthy Heartopia tryhard. This is why I quit Heartopia. Too many sweats. No, my backpack's full. Fuck. Hold on. Too many sweats. Is this guy bothering you, Mashy? I can take Joker out back and deal with him if need be. No. No. Let's see what I can buy from my dad. Oh, the tomatoes are ready. The tomatoes are ready. Corn takes 12 hours, guys. Plant your corn before bed. That shit takes forever. Albert. Oh, Albert. Where are you? Oh, you're right there. I was about to teleport away. I should keep this tomato sauce. Yay, money! Yay, money! Now I can go. Now I can go blow it all. No! No! Come on, come on, come on! Yay! Azure cracked egg. Onsen here. No, I don't want to be in this event. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Massimo. Butter. Damn, Dad. Butter's expensive. My money. My money. Afternoon tea, finally. I can make tea, finally. I have tea leaves that I haven't been able to use. I might play Undusted. I have to use the restroom, and I want to maybe heat up some taquitos. Oh my gosh, my stuff's so broken. Dude, leave me and my soup alone. I love soup. I haven't had soup in so long. Crazy day for Mashy. Hey, hey. I like soup. It's cozy. And it tastes good. I was gonna make chicken noodle soup, but I wanted to stream, and my chicken noodle soup would take probably a while. Wait, what? What? Oh no. No, do not sell that. I don't want to sell my otter statue, please. This shouldn't even be sellable. What was I doing? I already forgot. Oh, I was repairing my shit because it's so broken. No, that potato soup, I didn't want it to go to waste. It took a long time to make. And then Shizzle wants chicken... Did I say chicken noodle already? The potato soup took a while. And Shizzle wants chicken noodle soup this weekend. So I'll probably make a big batch of that. And... the way I make it is I make it like Pumpkin makes it, where I throw a rotisserie chicken in the crock pot with like other seasonings and veggies and all that stuff, and let it just like sit. Let it sit in the crock pot for like hours and hours until I have like a nice chicken stock that I will sieve? Drain? I don't know how to... Anyway, I'll take all the bad stuff out, and I'll have a nice broth that I'll make my chicken noodle soup in. Chaotic Yosher, hi! Welcome! Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I need more repair kits. Need to repair all my stuff. I can't believe these take rare timber. I need to harvest more. How dare you? How dare you close up? Oops.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's? No, it's Mashy. Why did my dog just like rush over? Okay. This is how you get rich, okay, guys? You gotta cook a lot of steak and mashed radish. This shit sells for so much. If you have a bouquet, use your bouquet. But I do not have a bouquet. But my cooking skills, I don't know, it's high enough. I've been doing this, so I get a decent amount of quality from my dishes. Unless it's like 1 star. I got 3 1 stars. And they're fairly cheap. They're only radish and meat. And I have a lot of meat because I've been buying ingredients. That was really close. I'm only gonna do 3. I guess it's butter too. Please. If only I've already been live for an hour. Holy heck. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and make some taquitos. I'm back. Rin was here. Hi, Rin. I'm gonna eat my taquitos so you guys keep playing. It's Citizen. Citizen. You're at my house? Oh my goodness. Ren. Ren. Oh shit. I don't wanna. Sorry. Ren. My hug. Did you find the egg? I came on to get my hug. Okay. I should go read my textbook now, though. Okay. I love you. I got the egg. Yeah, I found it. Have a good day and night. Bye-bye. My radishes are ready. I'm gonna not play. Sorry. I'm going to eat my taquitos while you guys do Wordle. Words on stream, not Wordle. If you gave me the chance, I would take it. I don't understand why you don't regain energy when you're offline, but when I'm just sitting here in my house, I regain my energy. Thank you. I like the lo-fi too. Crucial. Good job. Damn. Almost spilled. We got Lair, Lair. Fail. Oh, F is fake. Whoopsie. I'm sorry. Good attempt. Thank you. I got my foods. Da, 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 da. Plant these. If anyone plays this game and wants to come water my flowers and my crops, I would love you very much. Oops. I don't want that anymore. I love Majora's Mask, so that was nice. Aww. I've actually never played Majora's Mask. I know, I'm a disgrace. Rip. I know. There's so many games I need to play. Majora's Mask is just a game that I enjoy more watching someone else play. Same with like Detroit Become Human. I much rather loved watching other people play that than like probably playing it myself. There are many games. It is alright. Yeah. Majora's Mask. Yeah, it does seem stressful from what I've seen. I mean, there's a giant moon that's gonna land on you. And there's a bunch of like side stuff that you have to do. And the final boss looks freaking difficult. Okay, I have 2 more taquitos left. Let me nom on them. Some people are in large celestial objects falling on them. Huh? Some people are into that? I am not one of them. Are you sure you don't know personally? No. Okay. Wink, wink. Excuse me. Ah! That was so quick. I almost didn't react in time. What's your guys' favorite chip? What's a chip that every time you go to the grocery store or to a gas station you have to be like, I need this snack. I need this chip. If you even like chips. Oh wow, I got a 5-star. That's gonna be worth a lot. Morgan. I like when she flops down like that. It's really cute. There may or may not be video evidence of me moon crashing on hundreds of occasions. Whoa! How are you alive? I'm alive, but Link is not. No! My boy! I love pancakey. Cooking these until I run out of berries. Chance I would take it. Why does this remind me of some hellish nightmare from Sims? It's different, okay? I'm the one cooking. I'm not making them. I'm not like... Well, I mean, I am controlling them, but... She can't burn to death, okay? This isn't Sims. The only thing that burns, definitely not what's happening here. No. Definitely not. Sure, you better believe me. What did I just do? Did I the actions of my consequences? The consequences of my actions. I said that backwards. The consequences of my actions. Taking food out too early and burning it. I don't know how it's burned. Don't ask me how it's burned. The actions of my consequences. That's not right. Does it? How does I know? How does it burn if you take it out early? Do not ask. I don't ask. It's raw. I have to eat raw food. If anyone wants to like level, ooh, fishing. If anyone wants to, are you good? Yeah, you're good. Frozen. Okay, after I fish, I'm gonna go to Truffle Island. And I'm going to catch bugs and get my truffles. Maybe make a little more of the meat and radish. Sell it. And that's... And yeah, and then I'm gonna see if there's anyone I can daigou. Oh, mushrooms. If I'm in the area, might as well get shiitake. See, why are these in the same area for everyone, but the truffles aren't? The truffles should be in the same spot every time. Da, 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 da. Wait, that's not a dance. Da, da, da. Go, white girl, go! Let me up. Let me up. Let me up. You think they'll find me here? Yeah, perfect. We wait for the fishing event to start. I love how many people I've met from this game. It's really nice. Maybe we should have more upbeat music. Big guy from the SpongeBob movie. What is this? Wait. Oh, this is The Last of Us. This music that's playing right now. Didn't even realize. $1950s. 2010s. Do 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 do. What will happen if the boat starts moving? Taking a break from game, shall go back later to finish up my quests before refresh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, refreshes soon. Saturday! I like Saturday refresh. There's so much to do. Plus we get a new banner. I'm so excited for the new banner. You don't understand. I better get something good. I don't have enough. I hope they give me some. For being a loyal member of Heartopia. Oh, since when did they add a coffee thing here? No, I don't want to take her energy. Wait, we're wearing like this. What? The acorn is still in my hand. my god. What is happening? Game, please. Okay. Okay. Don't even be concerned that I have an acorn in my hand. Don't even worry about it. Gotta get with the pumped up kicks, you better run, outrun my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, out for the my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, run my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, after the my gun. Octopus. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you run, better run, after the my bullet. I can't whistle. Chat, I can't whistle. I'm a disgrace. Faster than my bullet. Ooh, that's a lot of goldfish. Oh, I don't think I've ever caught that before. You up? I can show you all this one. Oh. Nice nuts, bro. Thanks. Got a giant nut. Is my... Never mind. This nut still isn't as big as your ego. Where the frick? Arctic, did you reschedule your tattoo appointment? Are you still gonna get your tattoo? Yeah, it's my today. Ah, okay. Since it's already Friday for me. You're in the future! Future! Fishy, 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 fishy. Fishy, fishy. No? That's rude. Rude. I like their fishing pole. Not sure if we're gonna make it to 3 to 2 hour appointments or 2 to 3 hour ones yet though. 2 3-hour ones. I would do the 3 2-hour ones. 3 hours is a long time to like get a tattoo. What the heck was that? What just happened? The time slot for tattoo in total is 8 hours. I don't have the patience to sit that long. No, absolutely not. I wouldn't either. Church, worship like a doll at the start of your life. There's also gonna be a meteor shower on Saturday, which is nice. Please get rid of this nut. I don't want to hold it anymore. I hate that I can't forage and have my net out. That's dumb. So I guess I'll just forage for the truffles first and then the bugs. No, I want that. No truffles. Was there only 3 spots of them? Butterfly. Oh, I always miss Minun. Damn it. I always miss that Pokemon. Down, I'll carry you tonight. We are young, so let's put the world on fire. We can go brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We're brighter. Have to explain to Herman he cannot have a bite of my cupcake because he'll die. Yeah. No cupcake, no chocolate for Herman. Bad. Are you having a good birthday, Sunny? I feel like you are if there's cupcakes involved. Oh my god, I'm such a pro at this game. I'm gonna need more hobby. JJ got me a Steam Deck? A Stream Deck. Oh, I thought... Oh, I was like, damn, that's awesome. They're both awesome. I love my Stream Deck. I use my Stream Deck all the time. How many buttons does it have? Mine has 10? Yeah. No, 15. Mine has 15. Carry me home tonight. Yeah, you got the same one I did. Nice. Twinsies! Yeah, and you can, if you want a cute skin for it, they sell them on Etsy. And they sell really cute, like, customized buttons on Etsy. If you don't want to use, like, the default ones. It's really nice because you can link your VTube Studio to it. And it will, you can like do your triggers, your expressions. I just linked OBS so I can switch scenes. Yay! Make sure you utilize the folder function. Because you have like access to way more buttons when you use the folders. Yeah. So like I made OBS like a folder, and then inside the folder I have my scenes, I have my zoom, my record, I have my raid, I have like a shout out feature, but my stream deck's not working right now. I need to restart it. Why are you not working? I'm gonna start out pretty basic and build up as I think of more things to make life easier. Yeah, definitely. That's what I did. I just looked at all the like things you can have on it and I was like, ooh, that'd be nifty. Or all the things you can link to it, I guess, is the better thing. Okay, why are you not working? I have an update. I definitely recommend Bar Reader. It like shows you your viewers, and then it lets you like shout them out or raid to whoever is live on your Twitch. There we go. I think I've got enough bugs. What do you guys think? Let's see. Oh. Can't let this one get away. Can't let that one get away. Baby. Baby. Oh, they're hungry. Hold on, let me... I want to go see the one on the beach. This baby. Oh, look at her. Look at it. What is this? Lick. Circle dance. Lying down and chatting. Oh my goodness. This is so terrible. Why is that on my arm? Someone clip that. Or, well, you can't clip it. Hi! Hi, Cox.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Uh-oh, I'm out of stamina. I don't want to eat any of this. Can I just have like an energy drink? XD Games, can you just like give us like energy drinks to drink? Or energy drinks that we can buy if we're like, if we want energy in like a pinch and we don't have any food. I should have slept in that tent before I left Truffle Island. Wait. I need to show the server.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Who's
Sunny! 11 months? Oh my god, it's almost our anniversary. Oh, I have 50. Damn it. Thank you for shouting Sunny out, Shade. Fallen Crow VT, thank you for the follow. Hello. I'm doing good. Hi, Shark. Hi. Oh my gosh, now I know 2 Crow VTubers. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. It's a shark. Shark attack. I love Heartopia, hee 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 hee. I do too, it's my favorite right now. It's my absolute favorite. Tiramisu. Yeah, my game's kind of glitched. I have an acorn in my arm. I could probably solve it by relogging in, but you know, my outfit's pretty dapper. Is it? I want to see. I love making new friends on Heartopia. Hold on, my stuff's burning. Arctic, I'm sorry. 1 second. Can you guys allow that? Shade, can you allow that message through? How should I show you? I can friend on if you're comfortable. Yeah, I am. Yeah, here's my... Hold on. Is it done? Okay. Here's my ID if you want to add me. Don't pay any attention to my title. I don't know, did you get it? Suddenly researching different piercings. Why is the bunny... Why is the bunny in my way? Got it, my name is Kieran, but my name on the game is Kieran. But your name is Key. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought it went away for a second. I thought it went away. It didn't. Hold on, I'm making a recipe I've never made before. Wow, look it, it's so cute. Oh, that is so cute. What else can I make? Picnic set. It's a coffee and a pie and a pizza. Oh, I don't have any apples for my pie. Kai. I'm sorry, Kai. Let's see. Did I get a friend request? Oh no, I didn't. Big fan of the Morrow. Heck yeah. I need apples. I'm out of apples. Where are the apples? All I see are mandarins. Mandarins. If I follow the mandarin... Okay, I need to actually pick these because I am... Give me my mandarin. It might be on the other side of the map. I'm so lazy. Yay, new friend. Kai. Oh, I don't want to eat any of this. I don't want to eat it. I'll just have a... I can't even eat that. I'll just eat a mushroom. I want to make my picnic. Oh, sorry, you probably want to show me your outfit, and I am running around. No, my eggs. Can you eat anything else? What else do the ferrets like that's not eggs? I need my eggs for cooking. Ooh, that's a fancy house. Ooh, fancy, fancy. Ooh, you there? Oh, hello! Hello, Kai. You are dapper. I like your hat. Yeah, I like your mustache. Mustache. Oh, we both have a little leaf in our mouth. No, you did that? I probably look normal in-game. But, on my stream, I have a nut in my hand. Okay. Thank you for showing me your outfit. I'm gonna go collect more berries and apples. More berries and apples. Oh, are these apples? Yes. Yeah, see, you only get one. You only get one apple. On rainbow days, you get more than one. But it doesn't make sense to, like, keep clicking the button. I gotta... It saves less... It takes less stamina to do it that way. Sweet fiat. Yeah, it cost me 80K. It was expensive. Writing in my fiat. You really have to see it. Oh, my energy. I'm gonna take a nap. Any other way, I swear to something fucking. That's a nice house. That's really cute. I really like it. It's Kai. I just passed them. I gotta go take a rest. My stamina. Oh no, the nut. It looks like I'm cuddling with it. It's still there. Wait. Let me try to relog. There we go. I'm fixed. I'm fixed now. Sometimes I hear the bubble noise, but I can't find the bubble. I don't know. What time is it? It's 8. Oh, there it is. Oh, and I'm by apples now. Hell yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's make... tomato sauce. I want to make a coffee. We need a coffee. I'm gonna make a latte. And we need an apple pie. Are you gonna play me a song? Da, 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 da. You're good at that! You're so fast! I like it. I like it. Go even faster! That's funny. I can't. I don't know. Hold on. Let me look at Twinkle Little Star. I have to have the music. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Thank you for the salad. Yes, yes, bow. Is that for me? Thanks. I needed that. Daigou. Thanks. Thanks. I was gonna make... Oh, I need fish and chips. Fish and chips, fish and chips. I'm gonna make a feast. My house is cute-ish. Oh, I want to go see it. I'll come see it as soon as I'm done with my food. Oh, that is too cute. Okay. Where's your house? Oh, you're not too far away. Should I be collecting these berries on the way to my friend's house? Yes. I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. Hold on, I have to give an honorary water flower. And only for a minute, I want to change your mind. This just doesn't feel right for me. I promise I'm almost there. Is he working? I don't think you have your thing turned on. Your snowball maker's off. Are the doors locked? Can I come in? Hi. Oh. Oh. Cute. I like your cabinets. What's in here? Bedroom. Bedroom. It's a work in progress. Oh yeah. I also have a house that's a work in progress. I haven't put it down yet. I rebuilt earlier. Oh, you rebuilt. I see, I see. I'm gonna water your crops. Oh, I guess you can plant new ones. I mean, I'm just gonna water your plots so you'll get better crops. Yeah, that stays for 24 hours. I don't know if you're still listening to my stream, but if someone waters your planters, it stays for 24 hours and you get better crops. Okay. I have to go sell my my event food so I can get rich. Wait, hold on. I'm curious. Wow, that's worth a lot. 2,400? I'm not crazy about the bike. Girl. No one in this server has anything to daigou. That's pretty surprising. I'm gonna go see if there's anyone else that I can daigou from. I guess I should make food for whoever I buy stuff from. What can we make? Really? No one? Oh my goodness. Where's my Morgan? I want to see her. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Are you hungry? She eats way less than Blorfist does. Holy shit. Oh, Blorfist. Wait, can Blorfist wear that? Oh, he can. Okay, they're both winter themed. Oh my goodness. I wish I could pick her up. When you get to level 5, you could put them on your head. Oh. How do I need to level up my friendship with her. Go faster. Clean paw. Cute. Look, we're wearing the same outfit. Why are they walking like that? That's so ominous. We're wearing the same skirt. No, I fucked up. I'm sorry, Morgan. I'm a bad mom. Yes. How do I get more hobby tickets? I need your help with something. One of my cat-loving friends is traveling, so they temporarily boarded their kitties with us. Turns out Minnie got along splendidly. Now we've got extra kitties of every breed. The space is limited and caring for this many is challenging. When I passed your place earlier, I saw how well you care for your kitty. If you're willing, feel free to adopt another kitty anytime. Sugar! Hi! Hi, Sugar. Sugar, there's no one I can daigou with. Are you online? I need to buy some clothes, like some stuff from the event from you. Daigou stands for like buy and resell. Sugar, I sold so much jam and other things and now I have 80K. You should listen to some of the new songs I got on my playlist. Oh, what playlist? That is so cute. Oh my god, someone made a cute cardigan dress combo. Oh, you got rid of the nut. Yeah, I reloaded. I reloaded. My one and only playlist I had. Oh. I'm out of wheat already. I'll plant more before I go to bed. Can I make salad? I wish I could make like a crap ton of salad. Sugar, 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 sugar. This only gives 15 new postcard. Oh, she just killed me. I'm dead. I'm dead. Bleh, I'm dead. Bleh. Bleh. Petrified. I'm petrified. Sugar! Smack. Why can't I see your stuff? Oh, there it is. Remember me? I don't have any insufficient friend purchase requests attempts. Oh, you have 3. Everyone else only has 2. 3? I have 3? Can you screenshot? Am I limited on how many times I can buy from people? Everyone else only has 2. Yeah, I need to figure out how much we get per week or day. Screenshot sent. Where? Sent to my DM? In history. Remember me for centuries. Oh, really? I've seen some people with 3. Oh no, Kai's killing me. Kai, this is Sugar. She's super sweet. You should be friends with her. Always in my DMs. Oops, hand slipped. You killed me. Yay, friends, yay. I need puppy ears. OMG, how could she? How could you not call me cute? You are cute! You're so cute. I'm telling everyone about your dirty little secret. What? Are you proposing to me? I'm hinting at your secret. Oh my god. Stop. Get up. Get up. Wait, I got the song for this. It's gonna be bad, but... You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Very good. It's the wedding march one. Oh, I see. Meow, meow, meow. Meow Shimaro. Oh, did I already buy too much stuff off of you? Is that what it is? But I didn't buy anything off of Kai, and I can't buy anything from them either. I don't understand why it's not letting me buy stuff from people. Okay, I'm gonna go order your stuff, sugar. I can look on Google. Okay. Oh, what? Really? Huh. Our bows are poking through. That's nice. Synthesize. Oh, did I pass? Oh my god. I didn't realize my cat was a snorer until a noise to my side terrified the fuck out of me. Oh no! Your cat snores! That's so cute! That's so cute! Oh, amor, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, amor. Nothing online. Maybe I'll ask the server if they know anything. Taking my time on my ride. Oh my god. Where did your house go? It's just a tower. Wait, this isn't... Is this your house? Yeah, it is. What happened? I'm sorry you don't have a home, Luna. Don't eat this one. Are you Elsa? Look back. Just keep your eyes on me. Luna! Pretty girl. Oh, she's shaking her booty. The cat seems to be overjoyed. Your cat loves me. Cruella de Vil. Doggy is almost starving. Don't worry, doggy. I'll feed you some mushrooms. Together. Eyes on me, you say you're holding. We are probably going to get pumpkin carving during Halloween time. Additionally, you can also request other DG members to purchase specific Fashion Wave items that they have attained. The initial number of friend purchase attempts is 3, increasing by 1 each week. The attempts will not be reset before the Fashion Wave ends. So 3 for this week per person, 4 next week, 5. Okay, so it's according to person. What's happening? What did I miss? Burr, I'm freezing. Burr. Burr. I'll make it even better. Okay, we gotta finish now. Okay. I think I'm done for the night. No, we gotta go find somewhere cold, because if we stay in the cold for a minute every day for 7 days, we get a skin. I know exactly the spot. Somewhere in town. It's not out yet? What do you mean it's not out yet? Really? The blue skin isn't out? Oh. I swear it was. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put my clothes back on. think I'm gonna end for tonight. I did all the stuff that I wanted to do. I still have a few days, or a day before my evaluation. Oh, that's a cute outfit. I think she went AFK. She went to go finish dinner. Okay, it was nice meeting you, Kai. Thank you for hanging out. I'm gonna go. I just got like really sleepy for some reason. Okay, we'll find someone to raid. Who can we raid? Oh, May. May is a very cute VTuber, Jiangxi. You go follow them. We were gonna play Repo together, but they didn't have Repo on there. Cinnamon! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You weren't supposed to raid me. I was ending. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the... Thank you. What were you doing? What we rated? Hi, Garomi. Garomi. You were playing Undertale. Minnie and Charlie. Whoops. Hi, Piss Girl. How was stream? It was good. I'm just getting really tired and cold. I want to go curl up in bed. I'm gonna find someone to raid out to. Do you guys have anyone in mind that we should raid? I was gonna raid Mei the Jiangxi. I think I will, yes. Valid, you stream. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Cress is streaming. Guys. Oh, I'll make a video on my partner program thing. I'm so excited. I got into a Loftia partner program. So soon I'll be able to give out keys and I'll be able to play test a new game coming out. That's like Animal Crossing in the sky. It's so cool. Like Sky Puff Pals if it didn't go bankrupt. Dismiss the ad. Okay, Cress. Yeah, we can raid Cress. Cresser. Good night. Mwah. It was nice to see you guys. I will be live again. Maybe tomorrow? Maybe later on Saturday. Sunny, it's your birthday stream on Saturday, isn't it? Sunny is celebrating her birthday on Saturday with Jackbox games. Bye bye, Crow or Kai.